First of all, when we talk about excretion, excretion is a process in which an organism removes what the waste product or the harmful products which are not required by the body. And if they retain them, these substances, if they are retained in the body, it will cause harmful effect to the organism or the, the animal or the plant which is having that waste. So first, excretion. What is the purpose of excretion? First of all, what is the purpose? First point, nitrogen, waste material, or you can specifically do not say the nitrogen, nitrogenous. You can use the word. So nitrogenous waste material. Now, these nitrogenous waste material is produced by what? It is produced by our daily activities, by metabolic activities, now this nitrogenous waste which is produced by metabolic activities, and these waste are what? They are harmful, and if they are harmful, they have to be removed, and thus they have to be removed they have to be removed from the body. Okay, so this procedure by which the body eliminates the waste product is known as excretion. So when we talk about definition, so what is definition states that? Definition states that the process by which harmful metabolic, you have to use this word, harmful metabolic waste products are eliminated from the body is known as excretion. So this is the definition. So you have to remember this. So always remember excretion. तो nitrogenous waste जो होता है, जो हमारी बॉडी में प्रोड्यूस होता है, इसको आपको बॉडी से जितना जल्दी हो सके निकालना है, नहीं तो it will cause harm to your body, to your cells, and that the process by which you remove these waste products are known as what? That is the known as excretion. So now, first of all, I will be telling you about what are the waste products which are being excreted from the body. अब मैं आपको materials की बात के बारे में बताता हूँ. What are the waste products which are produced? So material excreted by our body. Materials excreted by our body. इसका हम एक flow chart बना लेते हैं. And let's see. Kindly remember, this flow chart will help you in everything. So first of all, I talk about the waste, that is the nitrogenous waste. You must be thinking कि उसमें क्या आता है nitrogenous waste में. So first is the nitrogenous waste. In nitrogenous waste, we have three categories. Okay, so when we talk about the category number one, that is the urea. Number two, that is B, that is uric acid. And C, third one is urine. So this comes under nitrogenous waste. Next thing is sometimes your body have excess of water. So excess of water, the body loses excess water by two processes. First is sweating. Let me remove this. And number two is, again, some water is lost in urine. Then you have some gases. And then you have some salts. HCO3, Na positive, K positive, etc. So these are the waste product students which are being removed from your body. If someone asks you, okay, what are the waste products? So the first category is the nitrogenous waste. Number two category is excess water. Number three, gases, as you know, carbon dioxide, and some salts which are being removed from the body. These are the waste products which are being removed. So excretion, again, it's very simple. It's a process by which the harmful products, the products are nitrogenous waste, excess water, gas, and salts are being removed from the body. Okay. Now, next category which comes in my mind, what are the ways by which excretion takes place in different level of organization? So when we talk about the third point, please remember, excretion in different organism is different. So first, excretion, when we talk about first, let me remove this, just a second, excuse me. So when we talk about, just a second, excretion, first, when we talk about unicellular organism, and then we talk about excretion by multicellular organism like humans. So how they undergo? So unicellular organism, they use simple method by which the waste product is removed by simple diffusion. Waste product is eliminated. But when we talk about here, multicellular organ, they have a specialized organ. Okay, so every multicellular organism has a specialized organ for excretion of these wastes. So when we talk about the specialized organ which is present in us, that is the human beings, that specialized organ. So let's start with this next point. So the specialized organ in humans is, you can say, excretory system. Which system? Excretory system. Specialized organ. So excretory system consists of lots of organs, lots of small organs, you can say, which are used, which are taking part in the excretion. So now, first of all, let's start that specialized organ. Let's start human excretory system. So before starting that, let's remove. Let's zoom in this structure. Let's zoom in this structure. So before understanding this, let's understand the structure. So when we talk about here, you have different structures. So in a human excretory system, this is the human excretory system. You can see it's the human excretory system. There have various parts are there. So first of all, when we talk about the first part of human excretory system, the major part is your kidneys. So you can see there are kidney. The first part of human excretory system is your kidney. So kidneys की बात करेंगे. First point, how are they? They are paired. Paired, that is, they are two in number. What is their color? Their color is dark brown. Okay. Coming over the third point. So what is their shape? The shape is bean shape. Where they are located? They are located, you can say, either side of backbone. Okay, so these are the 5 points which are responsible important for the excretion. So now these are excreted, they are bean shape. आप देख सकते हैं इनका structure. So the kidney structure is simply bean shape here, and this is again bean shape here. The function of the kidneys, the internal structure of the kidneys, we will be studying in detail in the coming over lecture. Okay, let's remove this. So any other point about this? So always remember that each kidney is about 10 to 12 centimeter in length and 5 to 7 centimeter in breadth and 2 to 3 centimeter in thickness. No need to learn the dimension, just have a rough idea that they are in this. The average weight of the kidney is about 150 to 170 grams in males, and in females it is about 125 to 145 grams in females. That's it. So yes, the kidney is basically positioned behind your GIT tract, as I showed you into the different videos or the 3D video which we have covered in the previous sections. Okay, so these are some points regarding the kidney. Now, number two structure, the first structure, you can label these two kidneys as the right and the left. When we talk about this is the, just a second, this is the right kidney and this is the left kidney. So the first part is your kidney. Okay, let me remove this structure. Next, the second structure which we have to understand very carefully after going for the structures kidney is number 2 is, you can say B, is ureter. So the next part which is present, that is ureter. What is the function of ureter? What is the function of ureter? If you want to see ureter clearly, just have a look over there. This is the ureter which is running directly. This is ureter. It's coming from the kidney. So what is the function? What would be the function of ureter? The function of ureter would be that it will transport the waste material from the kidney to the bag-like structure that is known as bladder, or to be more specific, also known as urinary bladder. Okay, so let me tell you about the next structure, that is your ureter. So what are the points regarding ureter? So it's again, these are muscular tubes. So what are they? These are muscular tubes. Whenever you ask what's the length, around what length is there, it's around 25 to 30 centimeter in length. नेक्स्ट उसके बाद इनका डायमीटर भी बता देता हूँ, 3 mm इनका डायमीटर होता है. Okay, what they do, urine produced in the kidney function. What is the function? Urine produced in the kidney is passed to urinary bladder ठीक है ना, by ureter. So it's a connecting link, एक तरीके से हम बोल सकते हैं. So it's a connecting link. So it's the urine जो कि produce हुआ है किडनी में, जो urine बना है उसको pass करना है urinary bladder में, उसका काम कौन करता है? Ureter. So this is the function. So just general information you should have about the different parts of this system. Now we talk about human excretory system. First system was your kidney, number 2 was your ureters, which were paired, both of them were paired. Now coming over to the next structure, and that is the urinary bladder, third structure. So before we proceed to the urinary bladder, first of all, I'll show you that in detail. So you can see it clearly. That's urinary bladder. It's a pouch-like structure, it's a bag-like structure. The function is to store urine, and at the time of when it's completely full, the function is to void the urine, The act of passing urine is known as micturition. Always remember what is that known as? That is known as micturition. Micturition is the act of removing or voiding urine from the body. Let's move on to the next structure, that is your urinary bladder. So this structure we're talking about. So urinary bladder, it is a what kind? You see, first one. It is a sac. Sac means a bag-like structure. Okay. Anything else? What it has? Now, it is located where? It is located in your lower limb. We can say the pelvic region. How much amount of blood urine can be used? It can hold around 400 to 700 milliliter of urine. So this is very important. How much urine can it hold? It can hold this amount of urine. And always remember what is micturition? Micturition, the act of passing urine is known as micturition. Remember, the act of voiding urine is known as micturition. Always remember. micturition. So this was the third part of your excretory system. And finally, coming over to the last part, and that last part is urethra. It's been labeled. So before I complete or carry on with the urethra, I need to show the structure. I'm removing this. So just have a zoom over this. So you can see clearly, urinary bladder is finally terminating into urethra. That's the structure. So you have to be having an order of the structure. You should have an order. So first, excretory system has first your kidney, bean shaped, that are present in pairs. Number two is ureters. They are also present in pair. Next, you have the urinary bladder. In third position, you have the urinary. Just a second. In third position, you have the urinary bladder, and fourth and final, the terminating portion is the urethra. So let me tell you about the structure of urethra and about some points regarding urethra. D point is, just a second. Urethra. So when we talk about urethra, it forms a neck of urinary bladder. Always remember, it forms the neck of urinary bladder and opens outside. Outside where? Outside the body. Okay, I'm telling you the length. In male, the length is around 20 centimeters, and in females, it's around 2 to 4 centimeter short. So it might be around 16 to 18 centimeters in females. So these were some of the structures which we have to look at. Okay. Now urea or urine में difference मैं आऊँगा. अभी I'll come to that. Urea is a compound and urine is a solution which contains rest of the waste products also. So in human excretory system, these are the parts, different 4 parts we have studied. So excretion, it's a process by which nitrogen-based materials produced by the metabolic activities is removed from the body because they cause harm to our body. Then we have the definition of excretion. Now let's go in detail about the structures. So before moving further, first of all, let us mark the rest of the structure which were left in the excretory system. Let's mark them. So in the previous lecture, we have studied about uh, cardiovascular system and the double circulation of heart, and we have also gone through the 3D structures. So first of all, this is what? This is aorta, and aorta, and this is coming from which side of the heart? Tell me, which side of the heart is coming? Which side of the heart this aorta must be coming? This must be coming from the
The left
left
side.
side. Left side, aorta. Okay, then the blood will go into the kidney. In kidney, the blood will get filtered, and then the filtered blood will come back through what? What is the name? In vena cava?
Cava.
But it's
Yes.
not vena cava, it's inferior.
Inferior vena cava.
So it will take the deoxygenated blood again back to the which side? The right side.
Right side of the heart.
Okay, so this is the structure. Now, and the waste product, it goes to the urinary bladder through your ureters. So this is the simple method, and this is a kind of structure which you need to understand. So now let's go inside the different structures of this kidney. And one more thing I want to tell you that in this, first of all, you remember that one gland is present here, and that gland, the name of that gland we have to understand. That gland is the adrenal gland. So I'm just marking that gland. It's like this. It's just present over the kidney. It's like this. Please remember. In control and coordination, this would be in detail. So this is your left adrenal gland, and this is your right adrenal gland. So these are the adrenal gland, and they are responsible for the release of adrenaline from the structure. Now what can we do? Let's cut this portion. Let's cut this portion of the kidney and let's see what is inside. So the next diagram, which we are moving here, is showing the internal structures of the kidney, because that is the major system for excretion. And then we will go further more inside. We'll go further more inside the structure. So when we talk about, अगर आप ध्यान से देखें, this is the second part. Please kindly understand these structures are very important. That's why I'm just making you uh, visualize them again and again. They're very important. Please mark this. So first of all, when we talk about what is this artery, I want to tell you that, just a second. I want to tell you one thing, that just remember, lungs, also known as pulmonary, correct? These are the synonyms. Similarly, kidney system, also known as renal system. So the artery which will supply to the kidneys is known as which artery? Renal artery. Okay, because it's carrying blood to the kidney. Now this blood contains what? Waste product. Okay, waste product which we have studied, as well as some glucose, ions, proteins, etc. Okay, but what we have to filter, we don't have to filter glucose, we don't have to filter ions, we have to filter only which material? The waste material. Lest glucose, iron and protein, etc., they have to be taken back in the blood, yes or no? Any doubts in this point? So this is important. So let's study the further structure inside which is present. So when we talk about, when we cover it opening, the covering of the kidney is known as capsule. After capsule, when you go remove the capsule, when you remove the covering of the of this kidney, you'll get the outer portion. Outer portion is known as cortex. First, you will get capsule. First, you'll get capsule. Number one is capsule. Number two, you get it is cortex. After cortex, the next thing is medulla. Third, okay. After medulla, you have different structures, the arteries and the veins. You can see the arteries and the veins which are supplying here. So what are these? These are arterial, or you can say small capillaries. Okay, which renal artery, when we talk about here, renal artery is splitting. You can see one branch here. Let me change the color. So you can see that renal artery, first branch here, second here, third here, fourth here, fifth, sixth, seventh, eight. All 8 branches are there. So these are the small versions. जैसे ट्रैकिया टूटता है स्मॉल में ब्रोंकाई ब्रोंक्यूल्स एल्वेयर सैक वैसे ही रीनल आर्टरीज छूट जाती है छोटी छोटी चीजों में. So these were two structures. So coming over to the next proper, you have to be very proper about the structures which are present in the in your kidney. So these structures are accordance with the covering. So for the outermost covering structure is known as, let me change the pen, the first one. So this structure is capsule. Number one, remove the capsule. If when you go for the postmortem, you can say when we remove the capsule, first bottom, when you remove the capsule, you'll get what? You'll get the cortex. Number two is cortex. Then you reach medulla. When you reach the medulla, you can see small lobes. These are the small lobes which are present. Lobes. Okay. Next, this portion, you can see that this portion is coming from the different lobes. This one white portion, this one, this one, this one. So this portion is known as renal pelvic. What is the word? Renal pelvis. And the substrate, or you can say the waste material which is filtered, it will move from first renal pelvis, and then it will move to the ureter, and then it will go to the urinary bladder, and then outward. Okay, so this is the structures which are present inside your kidney when you have the transverse section, or you can different sections. Number one, you have the capsule. Number two, you have the cortex. Number three, you have the medulla. Number four, you have the lobes, and these lobes are supplied by different arteries and veins. So this is the renal artery, this is the renal vein. So the renal artery would be carrying out the blood which is coming, which is having the waste product, and vein would be carrying out the blood which has been filtered, and the filtrate or the waste product would be carried to the urinary bladder through ureter. So this is the second portion you need to understand over this. Okay, these are the different parts. Yes, these lobes are also known as medulla. Okay, medulla means middle, cortex means corner. Always remember. Medulla means middle, cortex means corner. So after completing these structures, so now after completing the structure of this kidney, let's first of all study about the structure of nephron. Next point, and the next very important structure which is present is the structure of nephron. I have taken an easy diagram for the structure of nephron. Now, if you see the structure of nephron, you can see here. Can you see this word cortex? This cortex is that portion जो अभी हम देख के आए. This is cortex. And when we talk about what is this, medulla. Okay, so these are two portions. So let me talk about first the structure of nephron, also known as. Also, can anybody tell the other name of nephron? Anybody? Nephron. Nephron, also known as, always remember, uniferous tubule. Always remember. Uniferous tubule. So when we talk about the structure of nephron, you have to be very specific. Please remember. So when we are going for the structure of nephron, I would be marking the structure of nephron with yellow color. Okay. So this structure. Only have a view on the yellow structures because that is only. Please be very specific. आप ध्यान से देखिए मैं जहाँ बना रहा हूँ क्या बना रहा हूँ मैं जहाँ ट्रेस कर रहा हूँ हाउ आई एम ट्रेसिंग व्हाई आई एम ट्रेसिंग जिससे कि आपको क्लियर हो जाए कि स्ट्रक्चर कौन सा है ठीक है ना नेक्स्ट first of all let me know the parts of different parts of nephron. So first of all nephron is the basic unit of excretory system that is your kidneys. It is the basics. There are left lots of millions of nephron present in your kidney, and they function to filter the blood. So that is very important. Just have a look. What is nephron? This is the structure of nephron. Okay. So first of all, when we talk about here, so first of all, the first point is here. From which artery? Renal artery. From the renal artery, what happened? The blood is coming. So when the blood would be coming, so we can have different structures. So let me take, blood would contain lots of things. So ये blood आ रहा है ठीक है ना ध्यान से सुनिएगा इसमें क्या क्या है इसमें यूरिन है यूरिन को मैं ट्रायंगुलर बना देता हूँ याद रखिए ट्रायंगुलर कलर का यूरिन है और सर्कल है ग्लूकोज और क्या कहते हैं स्क्वायर हो जाएगा आपका मान लीजिए वाटर ठीक है तीनों चीजें जा रही है अब उसके बाद नेक्स्ट आर्टरी किस में टूटती है आर्टरीज किस में स्प्लिट डाउन होती है आर्टीरियोल्स एफरेंट का मतलब होता है एफरेंट का मतलब होता है जो ब्लड को लेके जाए किडनी तक जो आर्टीरियोल ब्लड को किडनी तक ले जा रही है उसको एफरेंट आर्टीरियोल कहेंगे और जो आर्टीरियोल ब्लड को नेफ्रॉन से दूर ले जा रही है उसे इफरेंट ए से आजा ई से एग्जिट so how many arterioles we have two arterioles